We love you. I got a story here, and it involves a little baby, a few days old. And this is the headlines: infant found buried in the woods, rescued in the last second by a security guard. Now, they say, when you become a mother, it's rewarding and joyful experience. But sadly, it is the complete opposite. By some new mothers, and mothers abandon their children in all kinds of disgusting ways. They throw them out like trash in the toilets, in the garbage, in the woods. So this story comes from Russia. Now, there was a security guard at a factory, and he patrols every day, making sure everything is okay around the premises. Okay, and then one day he was doing his regular round when he suddenly heard a strange sound. And he thought he could hear a baby crying. And he probably thought, no, wait a minute, no. Anyway, so he decides to follow the noise, the crying, what he thought was a baby. So the man followed the sound, which led him to a ditch. And in this ditch was mud and trash, and he noticed an arm sticking out. And he moved the garbage out of the way, and it appeared to be a tied up plastic bag. And he opened the bag, and then he discovered there was a little baby girl in this tied up plastic bag, which had a hole in it. I guess maybe the baby was kicking and kicked, and made a hole in the bag. And this probably saved her life, because it's a wonder this baby was even alive, and it's a wonder she didn't suffocate. So based on her size, they guessed that this baby was only maybe a few days old, 2 or 3 or 5 days old. She was covered in mud and dirt and insects. The insects and the ants were eating this baby. They were eating her ears. Her eyes, as you see, were all infected. The ants have buried their way into the ear canal. And God knows else what they were doing. They were eating flesh. They were laying eggs, like bugs and ants do. And this poor little baby couldn't do nothing. She was taken to the hospital, and the police were informed, and the investigation started to see who is the mother of this baby, or who put this baby in the woods. So the reports were that the ants had made their way into the canals. Her eyes are all full of puff and are swollen and obviously infected. And this baby was roughly about 5 days old, they said, so a few days old, 3 to 5 days old. And this baby is a miracle. This baby is a miracle that this baby lived. And somebody heard her cries. So it wasn't long until they caught up with, they named the baby Christina. So it wasn't very long until they found the biological mother. She's 22 years old. Olesja or something. Olesja. And she was arrested. She alleged that she had been abused and raped. But when the police asked her for more details about the abuse, she broke down and told them the truth. She told them she just simply hadn't wanted to keep the child and left her in the woods to die. Eventually they found the father, Andrei. They found the father of the baby, and he had said that he heard about this baby being found in the woods on the news, but he didn't have no idea it was his baby. He didn't even know he was a father, let alone a father of this baby. This one gets a little confusing, guys, because this man is apparently married. But anyway, the girl that had the baby said that he was the father, and they did a DNA test on the baby and found out that he truly is the father of this baby. Now, okay, he's the father of this baby. Before dumping your baby to die in the woods, why didn't you contact this guy and say, I think the baby's yours. I need some help. I can't take care of this baby. Can you take the baby? You know, something like that. But she didn't. She dumped this poor baby in the woods to die just threw it out like trash amongst the mud, the cold weather. Bugs, ants were eating this baby alive. So guys, the father asked his wife if he could keep the baby, kind of thing, if it was okay by his wife. Obviously, he's cheating on his wife, but you know what? She stood by her man, and now she is taking care of the baby, and now she is the stepmother of this poor little girl, Christina. So a sad story turns into a happy one, but tragic. And, this is in Russia, so I don't know what the punishment is going to be for this girl who's 22 years old. Attempted murder, I don't know. Are they going to get her some treatment? Don't know, but she definitely needs to do some time of some kind. She knew what she was doing. So sadly, this woman is probably going to go to jail, in a jail in Russia. So guys, what do you think of this story? Let's have a discussion and share your thoughts. And thank you for stopping by.